Hi everyone, myself Asmi. Am I clearly audible in the voice? Okay, so I'm also a content writer at TFUG Dur, and I'm also a Flutter developer. So today I'm going to cover all the Python fundamentals as well as the Numpy library. I want to know how many of you are because there was an internet issue. I want to know how many of you are familiar with Python. That's really good if you are familiar with it. This is going to be a brush up session for you all. And okay, let's get started with it. Is my screen visible? Yes. There was a crash from my side. I think it's visible now. Is now it's visible? I think now it's visible. Okay, so let's start with it. So, like these are the topics that will be covered in today's session: variables, operators, control structures, that is loops and statements, functions, tuples, lists, dictionaries, and sets, and taking file input, like reading and writing files. And on the NumPy, array operations, linear algebra, and random number generation. So let's understand first what is Python. Python is basically interpreted in the sense like it is processed at the runtime by interpreter. We do not need to compile it. It's just like Perl and PHP. Python is interactive. It is also object oriented, and it is like beginners friendly language. Many of you might have learned Python during your high school. So, what can you do with Python? Python is used for data analysis and machine learning, web development, automation and scripting, software testing, and much more. So, I will start with the Python first. It's basically a hands-on session, so I want all of you to work with me, like code with me. Open your Google Colab and just do whatever I'm doing. I want to know if my screen is still visible or not. Okay, so let's start with the first topic, that is comment. Uh, you might have learned about comments, like in other languages, you use comments for like doing slash. Comments are basically used to explain the program what's happening. In Python, comments are written hashtag, and multiple line comments are written with quotation marks. Like this is a multiple line comment. The comments are not interpreted. Let's just see. Whatever is written under the comment is not printed here in the output. This is the output. And same here with the multiple line comment. Next topic is variables. Python variables are reserved memory locations used to store the values in Python programs. Uh, this means you can create a variable and reserve some space in the memory. A Python variable is created automatically when you assign a value to it. Just need to name the variable and assign an equal sign and then the value for the variable. Variables are case sensitive. We will see what it means. So suppose this is a variable whose name is name and the value is Daisy. Daisy is a string, so we are writing it under quotation mark. Age is 20. This is a integer variable and weight is 49.5, which is a float variable. Now if we print this, if you print name, age and weight, the output name Daisy, age 20 and weight 49.5 has been printed. Now we can delete the variables too. It's just a delete function that we use. Now if the variable weight is deleted and if I try to run this after that, it will give me an error because it is deleted. You can get the type of variables, whether it is string, float, or integer. There's a function called type, which will tell you the type of variable it is. For example, uh, x Here is a type of string. Y is integer, so it is a class called integer. You can get the type of variable in this. Now, casting Python variables, you can specify the data type of a variable with the help of casting as follows. Casting is basically mentioning the type of variable you want to create. For example, if I want to create a string variable, strings are always written under quotation marks, whether it be double or single. So if I try to run this program, here y is printed as integer and z is printed as float. You can see make all the variables equal like this, and we can assign variables in this way too, like A, B, C, naming the variables and then assigning values to it like this. So if we try to print A, B, and C, values of A, B, and C will be printed in the output. Similarly, we can assign different variables like this, two integers and one string. We print this, we'll get 1, 2, and Python. There are some naming rules in variables. Like variable should start with either a letter or underscore. You cannot start with it with special characters like star, hashtag, stuff like that. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters like A to Z, 0 to 9, or underscore. Python variable names are case sensitive, and Python reserved keywords cannot be used naming the variable. So here are some examples of variable. We have uh, started it with alphabet with underscore. Name 1, it contains an integer as well as a string. Name 2, containing alphabet as well as number. And these are some examples you can create variables. Now data types in Python. Data type represents a kind of value and determines what operation can be done on it. For example, whether it is an integer or a boolean function or string or list tuple and many more. So here you can see here's a variable 1, which is an integer data type. Variable 2, this is a boolean data type. Boolean data types are of two types, like true and false. Boolean can only return two types of variable, two types, that is true or false. Variable 3 is float data type and variable 4 is complex. Uh, as you know, as I told you, Python strings are enclosed under a single or double quotation marks. Python strings are immutable, which means when you perform an operation on string, you always produce a new string object of same type rather than mutating a existing string. These are some of the string examples. Python under single quotation marks, double quotation marks. We can even in Python we can even define strings under three quotation marks, but this is a bit contradictory, so do not try to do this. And operations such as slicing, concatenation can be done in string. Uh, for example, this is a string called hello world. We are trying to print the string first. Here, the string is printed. Now, the you can see here indexing of the string starts with 0 to n minus 1. Like the number of values it has, the index will be n minus 1. So here the index of h will be 0, e will be 1, l will be 2, l will be 3, and then o will be 4, and then space will have a index 5, then it will continue like that. So if we try to print the string at index 0, it will give us h because h is in the 0th index. We can even print characters from 3rd to 5th index like this. Hello and world. Like it is printed from second character. We can even do this from 2 to minus 2. You can see the output minus 2 here is from the second last, that is the exclamation mark, then the world. This is from second index to minus second index. Then we can even print the string two times by using the star sign, that is a multiplication sign. Hello world and hello world are printed two times here. And we can even concatenate the string. Concatenation is uh, fixing two strings together. So if like I print string plus text, so this will be the output. Hello world and then text. Boolean data types are the built-in data types which represents one of the two values like true or false. If we display a is equals to true and if we try to get the type of a, it will be Boolean class. Similarly, if a is equals to 2 and b is equals to 4, and if we give a bool function and give a condition a equal to b, so it will return us false because a is not equal to b here. And following is the same too. Like if we don't, uh, if a string is we assign a value that is empty sequence, so it will return us false. Again, if we assign a value to the string that is 0, it will return false. But if we assign it to 10, it will return us true. Only 0 will return us false, and rest all the numbers will return us true. For example, let's see if I try to do this one, it is returning me true. So these are some of the functions of Boolean giving me false. Now next is range. Range is basically to give a range between something. Like range start, there's a syntax for range that is start, stop, and step. Start is the integer number specifying the starting position. By default, it is 0 if we don't specify it. And stop is the stop is the integer number to specify stopping position. And it's mandatory to uh, mention in this. And step is like the increment by 1 or 2 or 3. By default, it is 1 if we don't mention it. So here, for example, for I in range 5, print I. It will give us 0 to 4 values. Next is for I in range 2 to 5, print I. So here it will give us the value 2, 3, and 4. So that means it will not give us 5, it will give us 5 minus 1, that is 10 minus 1 value. Next is for I in range 1 to 10, stepping value. So here it will give us 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 because we have stepped to, like incremented it to the next position. We have taken 2 steps in this. Another example, let's try this. Yes, this is an example why this is giving me an error because I have tried to take the integer input, but I have given the value as string in the output. That's why. But if I do this 10, used to perform most commonly required operations for more than one or more operands. There are 7 types of operators, basically arithmetic, comparison, assignment, logical, membership, as well as identity operator. So first is arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operator is used to perform arithmetic operations. For example, here A is 21, B is 10, and C is given as 0. If we do addition here, C is equals to A plus B. So it will give me 31. This addition. Same with subtraction. This is basic mathematics. I hope you all are like have studied this. Then star sign is multiplication. The slash sign is division. A is dividing by A. B. This is modulus. Uh, this will give you the remainder of the division. For example, here A 20 divided by 10 will be 1 because this is the remainder that is the output. And here we have again assigned the value. Suppose A is equals to 2, B is equals to 3, then C will be the 2 star are the exponent sign that is A to the power B. So 2 to the power 3 will be 8. And next is A is 10, B is 5, and C 4 division. 4 division will give you the nearest integer. The single division sign will give you the answer that is in 4, but the 4 division will give you an answer that is an integer. The answer was supposed to be 4.2, but it is giving us 4 because it rounds up to the nearest integer. And here format, if you are asking, like you don't understand what is format, so here we call the value of A and then B and then C, and then this is a function that is used for calling the value. Like here it is, I'm not mentioned A is equals to 20, and here it is directly mentioned A is equals to 21. Because I'm calling the A from here to here. Next, comparison operators compares the two operands of the input. For example, if A is equals to 21, then print A is not equal to B because it is the else part. If A is not equal to B, then it is not equal. If A is like this is the smaller scale, this A is smaller to B, then this is the greater sign. and this is less than equal to, this is greater than equal to. Next is assignment operators. Assignment operators are like used to assign values to the uh, functions. You can have a look from here. Uh, this is very important to understand. Like here, suppose A is 21 and B is 10. So if I do A plus B, that will be 31 only. That is the value of C which is stored here. Here C will be 31. Then again, when if I try to do the next step, that is C plus A. So it will be 52 plus 21. Sorry, 31 plus 21. That will be 52. The next is exponent A. So C exponent was, what was the value of C last time? 52 exponent and 21. So this will be the answer. It is taking value of C from the previous function that we performed. Similar to the arithmetic operators, there's only one difference that takes the value from previous that we do. Next is bitwise operators and or not. Uh, it is basically used to perform the bit operation. For example, I try to run this. Here A is equals to 2, B is equals to 1. So, we try to first printing here the values of A, B. The bin function, this is a bin function that prints the binary number of a particular integer. Here you can see that bin is printing the binary number of 2. So A and B, result of bit 1 operands, and if both are 0, so it will print 0 as a two. The C not A is like not A, which is if it converts like 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. Next is membership operators. Basically, if you, in easy words, I will say membership operators are used to tell the membership of any particular data type or particular string, integer, or variable. So there are two types of membership operators, in and not in. Suppose this variable, if a variable is in the condition, it will return a true value, and if it is not in the given condition, it will return false value. Same with not in. We will see the example. So there is a variable called t, and here we have given more variables like u, your, I, r. We try to run this. Like you can see, if we are printing a in variable, the variable a is in variable var 1. If it is yes, then it is true. Yes. U is in your. Here comes the case sensitivity of the variable. If I will do the if both the U's are in capital letter, then it will return if false. Again, PUR is, here comes the case sensitivity. If I do this PUR, it will return me true. C in variable, what is C? Pi is not in variable 1. Yes, here comes the case sensitivity. U is in variable 1, but small u is not in variable 1. Both of the u's are in capital letter, so it is returning me false. Same with TUR and TFUC Dur. TUR is in there, Dur, but the case sensitivity is here. Like capital D, then capital U, then small r is not there in Dur. Same is the work of not in variable. Suppose there is a variable containing list of numbers, and we have like find a variable a is equals to 20, b is equals to 10, c is equals to a minus b, and d is a divided by 2. So c will return the values of a minus b, and d will return the a divided by values of a divided by 2. N is the variable, so it will return as false because we have mentioned here b not in variable. C in variable, a minus b, that is the values here will be a minus b, 20 minus 10, that will be 10. 10 is in variable, so it will return as true. Then a divided by 2, 20 divided by 2 will be 10. It will give us actually a 4, like 4 through 10.0 answer. So that is, because 0 is not in the variable, so it will give us false. Then logical operators basically add logic to the operation. There are three types of logical operators: and, or, and not. It is more like if you have read Boolean expressions, Boolean is like if both the conditions are true, then the answer will be true. If both the conditions are false, then answer will be false. Like that. And with or, if the zero, like if one condition is true, then the condition will be true. If one condition is false, then the condition will be false. It works like that. For example, here there are two variables x and y containing the values 10 and 20. So here we have given the condition x is greater than 0, yes, and x is smaller than 10, which is false. Because here both the conditions has to be true. X should be greater than 0 and x should be smaller than 10, but it is equal to 10, so here it is false. Next is x is greater than 0, y is greater than 10. Both the conditions are true, so uh, output will be true. Yeah. Then next, the or operator. X is greater than 10. No, it is equal to 10. Y is greater than 10. Yes, it is equal to 2. Either of the conditions has to be true. One is true, so the output will be true. Then x modulus 2, that is the 10 modulus 2, that is the remainder. 2 will be equal to 0. And yes, as well as the remainder of y will be equal to 0 if we divide it by 2. Yes, so both the conditions are true, so the answer will be true. Next, uh, like not operator. x plus y is greater than 15. Yes. So it's giving us false. Because not it is here we are mentioning that it is not greater than 15, but it is greater than 15. So this returning is false. There are some more examples of it. It returns one of the values, like the higher value of it. Now taking input in Python, we can take the input using the input function, like input, and write the statement, enter your name, and if I write Asmi, it will print Asmi because I've given here the print statement. If you want to take integer input specially, so we use int function to take especially integer input. For example, enter your age. If I try to, like I have, as I have mentioned earlier, if I try to give a string value, it will give me an output because I'm using integer function here. It will give me. The control flow statements in Python. Python control flow statements is regulated by various types of conditional statements, loops, and function calls. So this like used for logic, decision making, and looping. So there are many kind of control flow statements like if else, for, while, if, continue, past. The if statement. This is the syntax, basic syntax for if statement. Let's use some example to understand it more. Here, suppose I have given a value a equal to 10, 20, 30, a list of numbers. If, if, if we say if 20, the condition, if 20 in A, then print 20 is in A. Here 20 is in A. So it's like if this condition is in the given statement, then print the statement. The if else block, if else is basically if the if block doesn't work, then the else block will be printed. For example, this is a program, basic program to print, like to print the if you are eligible to vote or not. Here we are taking an input that what's the age? I'm 19, eligible to vote because here age I have given greater than equal to 18. So the if block is running, if I give 14, not eligible to vote because it is not satisfying the if block. The if else block, if else like there can be multiple if else block. For example, this program to this out like from the amount. Here you can see multiple if else block. For example, if amount is greater than 1,000, this count will be 20 this much. If amount is greater than 5,000, this count will be this much. Let's suppose that if you take an input here, into the amount, I will try to run this. See, the amount is greater than 1,000, so the I've got 5% discount. It works like this. the like this is the pattern of it, like we then return value case and another return value. For example, here we have a function called weekend. This is the name of the like match variable, and if we return, if we have given some conditions here, day 0, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and if we try to print the function weekday, passing 3 here, so Thursday will be printed because in the case 3, Thursday is there. Similarly, in case 6, Sunday is there. And if we try to, there are only 6 cases here, and if we try to print out of loops are basically like going into the program again and again and again. So there is while loop and for loop. While loop repeats the statement or group statement while given condition is true, and it will be repeating until and unless the condition doesn't come false. So this is the syntax while and then some condition and then statement. Uh, like and then for is the sequence of statements multiple times and abbreviate the code that manages the loop variable. So there's a note when the loop is not terminated by a break statement, the else block immediately runs after or while is executed. Let's go through some examples of while and for loop. This is a for loop. Suppose we have given like I is equals to 0, we have initialized the value of I. The next is for I in range 10. Print Python. So it will print Python for 10 times. So like it is Python printing from 1 to 10 times. Another example, here is a list of numbers. We have to initialize the value of total to 0. For num in numbers, we are total adding total I in range 1 to 4, print I. So it will print 1 to 3, and then the else block will be executed after that. Because there is no break in for. If we apply to break here, then only one is printed because we have done like break here. 1 to 3 and then break. It is actually breaking the loop. Like one is printed, then it breaks the loop. That is why it is only printing one. The next example, uh, item is equal to stop and continue. Else print a function like washing and then item name. So what here it is doing, it will print the clothes like shirt, and if item is coming as stock, then it will like increment to one. Stock will not be printed, and it will go to directly pants, washing pants, and washing towel. Again, the stock comes here, so it is not printed, and it is printing towel. Next example, for I in range 1 to 11, and for J in range, like this is the using multiple for statements in a matrix come here. Another example. This is an example of while loop. While count is less than 5, increment it to 1, count plus equal to 1, that is, it is incrementing it to 1, and it will be printed as iteration number 1, and it comes to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5, and it will print end of loop. An infinite loop. This will run infinite times. Suppose there's a variable called 1, like 5 var is equal to 1. Construct an infinite loop. Let's just taking an integer. I enter 2. See, it's not breaking here. It is again asking me to who's printed. 4 is printed, and 4 is printed. So the loop doesn't break here. This is an example of infinite. Next is another example. Uh, while count is less than 5, count was like this is the same example. Now, important topic, that is break, continue, and yes, break and continue basically what we were using. The Python break statement is used to terminate the current loop and resumes the execution at the next statement. Just like the traditional break, like if you have studied it in C programming or Java, so the like if you pass suppose it's a loop, the condition code condition. If it is true, then it will again go to the condition. And if it comes to break statement, then it will directly terminate the loop. For example, for letter in Python, letter equal to h break, uh, print current letter. And all of these with you, I will be uploading these on the GitHub, and a team will be sharing out it with you very soon. It's an internet issue actually in my house. So I will explain. Like if letter equal to s, then it will break the letter. Like it will print p y. It will print till p y t. Then it will break when h comes. Like in the loop, it will give first p, then y, then t, and it will break in h. Like var is equal to var minus 1. If variable comes 5, then it will break the loop. Next is continue statement. Continue statement is used to skip the execution of program block and returns the control from the beginning. Like if we pass, if it is true and it comes to continue, then it will go to directly to the loop expression, then it will go to the expression. If the expression comes false, then it will if the expression comes true, then it will continue to the loop again. For example, which is in Python and it will continue. I don't know why it is not running. Check. Is my screen clearly visible? There is an internet issue in my house today. Let's move ahead then. I will show you when like it does nothing. It will simply go to the next part, the next part, and the next. Then here comes a nested loop for and the for. Next is functions. Okay, till then, let's move to functions. Functions are is a block of organized and like reusable code uh, that is used to perform a single or related action. So there are two types of functions. First is built-in, and second is user-defined functions. So defining a function What parameters or arguments should be placed in these parentheses. You will see the example. You can also define parameters inside these parentheses. The statement returns expression, uh, exist a function, optionally passing back an expression to the caller. Uh, Calling a function. So is the basic syntax of a function, or def, then function name, then some print statement, then passing the arguments to the function, like calling and passing arguments to the function. Some example, if this is an example for even odd, if the function is even or odd, this is the parameter that we pass to the function. If the parameter x is like if the remainder is equal to zero, then it will be even. If the remainder is not equal to zero, so divided by two, it will be odd. So yeah, we are calling the function. This is the driver code to call the function, even or two. That is, we are giving the value of x as two. This is the argument. Here three, not running because of the internet issue. I need to show you. Now another example. Def like calum. This is the function name. Then this is the parameters that we pass a and b. If let's calculate it, it return the value of a. It will return the value of a plus b. Some will print sum. So it will give us the output as 9. Actually give us 9. That's all about functions. Let's move into list, tuples, dictionary, and sets. So Python is a sequence of comma separated items enclosed in square brackets. So you can see this is a list closed in square bracket, and a list can contain a number of values in it. It can be string or integer or float. It can contain different value in a single list. You can get a type of value using the string. These are some examples of lists. Okay. List of integers, list of strings, uh, list of it can even contain boolean values as well as complex numbers. Another example, list of two functions, like oh, this is actually yeah, this index of list starts with 0. So the index of physics will be 0, then 1, chemistry will be 1, then 1997 will be 2, then 2000 will be 3. So if we try to print the value of zeroth index from list 1, it will give us the output as physics. Similarly, if we try to print the value of from 1 to 5, that is from 0, 0 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, from list 2. So this is 0, it will give us 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. The values will be from now updating a list can be updated. Just for example, if we are this is a list and this is a list, and if we try to update the value at the index that is in the second index, that is 0, 1 and 2, that is we have given it 2001, so 1997 will be updated as 2001. The new list will be physics, chemistry, then 2001. Like simply deleting using the delete function and mentioning the index of it. So if we try to delete the value from second index of list 1, so 1997 will be deleted and the output will be physics, chemistry and 2000. We can also even copy list from one list to another by simply using the copy function. Suppose there's a list that contains values 10 and 20, and we need to create another list that is list 1. Uh, so we just use the copy function, and the ID is actually the uh, place where the list is uh, allocated in the memory. So the IDs of both the lists will be we can even uh, print the list like 4 times. If we do A star 4, that is multiply the list 4 times. So the high will be printed 4 times. This will be the output. We can even concatenate list like A plus B. So the output will be 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. It will not add, like not do the addition. It will just uh, fix both the values of string at of the list and make a new list. So alternative 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next is tuples. Tuples are like the same as list, but these are immutable, and the difference is it is enclosed in the parentheses. This were enclosed in the square brackets, but the tuples are enclosed under parentheses. So, and tuples can also contain multiple values in the same tuple. For example, here the string and then float and then int. It can also contain boolean as well as the complex tuples. Now, tuples also have the same indexing rule as list. Indexing start from 0 and it ends to n minus 1, that is the number of values minus 1. The index of the last value will be the number of values minus 1, that is n minus 1. So the tuple at 0 position will be where it will be placed, and we can do the same. It is same as list. We'll print the output as index from 1 to 5. Now another example, tuple 12. It is a tuple of float and integer and the tuple from string. As I told, tuples are not mutable. That is, they're immutable. That we cannot insert a new value into it. We cannot change the value of it. So if we try to do like in, change the value of a zeroth index, it will give us an error. So we can create a new tuple by concatenating it simply. So the new tuple will be 12, 34.56, ABC, and XYZ. Now another tuple containing two strings pi and y. We like the output will be pi, 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 pi. It will be printed two times. So here we're multiplying it by 2. Same the concatenation. The set are same as list or tuple collection of data, but it is an ordered collection, that is item in a set are not accessible by its positional index. So and sets are enclosed under curly brackets. So here's a set of data containing row and physics and some integer values. This will be the basic output of this. And Python works same as the set story. So repetition is not allowed. If I try to print the value two times, like here 3 is two times, but the output will be printed a single time only. That is, in the output 3 will be one time only, not 3 or two times. Now we can remove an object from us by using a simple function called discard. Suppose there is a set of languages, and if we try to discard C++ from the set, so the output will be C, Java, and Python. C++ is discarded like that. It is simply removed from the list. Here, the example. Output. After discarding C++, it's C, Python, and Java. And here the other examples. We can even remove random values from the set by using a pop function. Will simply pop out any of the values in the C or C++ from this list. And we can remove all the items from a set that is by using clear function. So clear will simply clear out the complete set. Next is dictionary. Dictionary are the key value pairs, and dictionary are basically used for mapping purposes. The pairs can be repeated uh, in the same dictionary. For example, here Maharashtra, the state, and it is the capital Mumbai. So this is the key, and this is the value of a dictionary. Similarly, 10, 10, 20, 20. This is a dictionary. A dictionary can have like key can have multiple values inside it. So, for example, it is stored here like in the form of list, and there can be multiple in the same dictionary. You can update the values inside a key. The key cannot be updated, but the values the key can be updated. This is the basic syntax for it. If we want to fix this a dictionary, names and their marks, and if we want to update the marks of Lakshman to 95, the 91 will be replaced by 95. This is updated here. Here it is 91 and here it is 95. Next is update function. Update functions does the same work as the for the updating. Like, there are two ways of updating like this and then using update function. For deleting item, you can also delete an item in dictionary by using simply delete function. Now, reading this is the last topic for Python. Reading input file. If you want to open and read an input in Python, so there are many methods. For example, read, write, and create new file, minute, primary mode, and text mode, for example. Suppose here I have a file called data.txt, and this file contains some, some lines. What will write mode do will rewrite the complete data. Like whatever it exists, whatever the will be the existing data, it will remove the data and it will write into the over the updated data. So this is it for Python. Now next move to Numpy, which is a important library for basically machine learning. All the plottings and everything will be done using Numpy, and Numpy is an important library for machine learning. So let's know more about Numpy. So Numpy is like a library for doing numerical as well as mathematical operations in machine learning. It can make multiple multidimensional arrays and matrices along with mathematical functions like linear algebra, statistics, uh, array in NumPy. They can be the arrays in NumPy are 50 times faster than a list in Python. And I'll show you how it is faster. Actually, for example, this is the memory block of list. Here it is a list containing some elements. The list or the memory of this list might be pointing to this block. The memory of this, this element might be pointing to this block. This might be pointing to this block, and this might be pointing. So it becomes slow during runtime. But the arrays are like stored in a contiguous memory allocation, one by one after another. So that's why NumPy is faster. We will do more hands-on here. Mm. So NumPy library is basically used for multi-dimensional arrays. Is a fixed type. Sorry for that. Sorry about that. Because of my health and my internet is not working. I need to like actually run these programs. It's not actually connected yet. And it's no, actually it's not even connecting here. It's working fine and this is not working. Okay. So before running NumPy library, you need to install NumPy first. If you don't do that, then importing a NumPy library. That is import NumPy as NP. NP is simply an alias for NumPy. Uh, Now, if we need to create, and this is the basic syntax, like a variable name, then np.array, and then inserting values into it and print a. So it will create a array. We can even create 2D arrays, 3D arrays with NumPy. Uh, this is a 2D array, like containing like two lists of integers. We can even get the dimension of array. For example, the dimension of array here, A is one dimension. So there's a function called n dot endim, like A dot endim. So we'll give the dimension of A. Let's get the dimension of B. Here B will be 2 because it is two dimensions. We can even like get the shape in the sense it has how many elements it has, how many rows or columns it has. So the shape will give the rows and columns of a particular array. Now working with specific rows or columns, uh, suppose this is an array, a 2D array of integers. Now if we want to get specific row or column, for example, here it also has an index. For example, the first list will be the zeroth index and the next list will be the first index. Okay, so this is a 2D array, so this will be 0 and 1. Uh, so if we want to get an element from fourth position of second list, that is index will be 1 and the index of uh, fifth position will be 4. So the index of the element of will be 12. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. It will also give us minus 2, like this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the fifth position. That is the fifth element of second list. And to get a particularly specific row, we have this like from the zeroth list and the complete list if you want. So this is the function. Similarly, if you want to get a particular column, uh, you simply give a colon sign and then the second number of list. We can even step the index if you want. There's an uh, starting and ending and then step index. So from the zeroth list, that is if you want to print 1 to 5th element, that is 2 to be printed, 2 to 5. Similarly, if you want to step like 2 steps, so 1, 3, 5 will be printed here. You can even change the value from array like mentioning the index of the list and then the position where you want to change and then applying the value to it. So if print A here, see the values change to 33. 3D array. What is a 3D array? So these this is one list and this is another list and there are also lists in this which forms an array. This is a 3D array. So to get the dimension it will be 3. So here the indexing is like the one list, this is the 0, this whole will be 0 and this whole will be 1. And then inside this will be 0 and this will be 1. Similarly, this will be 0 and this will be 1. So if you want to get specific element from the whole 0 list, then from under it the 0th list, which is in the 0th index, and then the second element that is 3. So 3 will be printed here. Similarly, if you want to get the whole 0th list in the 0th index, so this will be printed here. We can even replace values in 3D array in the 3D array too, by simply assigning the value or the index as well as the value to it. Initializing different kind of arrays. We can get like there's a function zeros that will create an array with 5 columns having all 0 elements. Similarly, it will create an array of basically matrix of uh, zeros with having two columns, two rows and three columns. Similarly, uh, we can do it like this. We can even have all an array of elements containing all ones. So it has four columns and one row. Again, this is ones, one. Uh, if you want to create an array of all the numbers having 5, so we just need a function called full. We write np.full and then mentioning the dimension of array, like the rows and columns of the matrix basically. So if it is a 4 of 4 matrix and the value that has to be in the matrix. So the like full function will have the same value in the whole matrix. So here it is 5. So the matrix will be 5. Values in the matrix will be 5 and the matrix is 4 to 4. Uh, Random decimal number array, like if there's a function called np.random.rand, which uh, in this which like basically creates an matrix of random decimal numbers. We just need to specify the number of rows and columns where we have specified that the rows and columns has to be 2 and 3 respectively. So this is a matrix created 2 into 3. Now next is another we can create a 3D array. We can even like mention the dimension. Here it is 2 dimension. Here it is 3 dimension. Sorry, 2 dimension. Them not random. The size will be 3 or 3 and the random will actually basically what it will do, it will create a matrix of numbers between 1 to 10 randomly. It can be any number between 1 to 10. We can even create a identity matrix uh, by using simply np.identity function, mentioning the like number of rows and columns it should have. Identity matrix is square matrix, so as mentioned it here, 3, so it has 3 rows and 3 columns. Uh, Array mathematics. There's also mathematics in array like concatenating, not the multiplying, division. For example, if there's an array of like 1 to 3, we multiply 2 to every number of array A. So this will be the output 2, 4, and 6. Similarly, if we divide every number of array, so by 2, so the answer will be 0.5, 1, and 1.5. The next is 4 division. We can even do 4 division in the array. We can do the get the remainder array. We can add every element by 2. We can subtract every element by some number. For example, here it is there are two arrays, so we can do array addition by simply like adding two arrays B plus A. Where A is added to B. We can even get the exponent of A, like all the elements of Hey folks, really sorry for the disturbance. Actually, I have really have a problem with internet today. I think my screen is visible, and I want you to. Okay, and I want to know where did I pause? Like there was not much left. Where did I pause? Can anyone tell? Like where did it basically paused? I think it was good. Okay, random. Okay, so basically generating random integer values as well as random decimal values. np.random.rand. Is it still breaking? It is not visible. No, no, I was not saying something. Screen is well. Okay. Okay, okay, I'll continue with it. If there's another matrix B, so we can add two matrices. We can get the exponent of first matrix to the second. We can even get the sine function of some other values in the matrix. We can get cosine function. Now this is the last topic, linear algebra. Basically, here we are generating a matrix for all the elements having a 2 cross 3 matrix, and there are two matrices for all the elements 3 as well as all the elements 1. We can do matrix multiplication by simply using the function np.matmul, then mentioning the matrices. So it will multiply, the matrix A will be multiplied to B. This multiplication is same as the like matrix what you study in math. Similarly, we can get the determinant of a matrix by simply using the line linear algebra, not determinant function, and then mentioning the matrix inside it. So here I'm mentioning the identity matrix. So the determinant of the identity matrix is 1. Similarly, we can get the eigenvalues, and you can refer to the official docs of Numpy to know more about the basically the linear algebra functions. So the last thing, that is that the minimum value in the given array, basically, like using np.min. So it will give me the minimum value, that is here is 1. Similarly, we can get the maximum value in this matrix. Here, maximum value is 6, so it will give me 6. We can get the sum of values in a matrix by simply using np.sum function. So here the sum is 21. So this is all about NumPy and Python. I have tried to cover all the topics which are essential for machine learning. So tomorrow you will be uh, learning pandas library basically and data visualization. NumPy is important for data visualization, like plotting graphs and like all the data visualization functions. That's it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. You can drop down in the comment section. And the feedback is important to us. So you can give your feedback to, like, our team will be providing a link, so you can give your feedback there. Mark your attendance that you were here. Yeah, I will share the collab link. It will be uploaded to the TFLJ GitHub, so you can access it from there, and you can ask uh, any doubt if you have any doubt. Tomorrow, Tisha Chawlani will be taking the session over pandas and data visualization, and she will be uh, doing a hands-on project over this. So you like who are present there, that will be beneficial for all of you. Basically, there's no attendance form. Like it's basically a feedback form. Like you are just letting us know that you are present here. So that's why I said mark your attendance. That will let me know that you are here. feedback.